Good afternoon. Thank you for joining our 2021 Taste of the Town press conference. My name is Nicole Preston. I'm with Community Impact Newspaper, and I also have the privilege on serving on the Chamber Board this year for Vice President of Financial Development. I am joined by Jen Moore with More of Everything Events, Margie Taylor with Taylorized PR, and we also would like to thank Woodlands Online for helping us stream this event. Taste of the Town is going to be like nothing we've seen before. It's going to be better than ever. It's going to run January 4th through the 31st, a month-long event where everyone in our community has the opportunity to try several different restaurants all throughout the month. We want to thank our Iron Chef sponsor, our presenting sponsor, Howard Hughes. We thank you for supporting us and helping us make this the best Taste of the Town yet. We also would like to thank the Best of Taste VIP sponsors, Stella Artois and Community Impact Newspaper. Thank you to those sponsors. We would also like to mention that tomorrow, December 4th, is the last day to be able to have your logo on printed material. So we would love to have more restaurants, if they are wanting to be involved and be on the printed and marketing material, to let us know as soon as possible. We currently have 19 confirmed restaurants and several tentative. I would now like to pass it to Jen Moore with More of Everything Events to tell you more about this exciting event.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. Nicole, thank you for getting us started. So as with Taste of the Town being a little bit different format this year, we will offer up a new format of the ticket process as well. So I'd like to open with how that is going to work. We are going through a company called eTickets, which several of you are familiar with. eTix. It's the same for any concert venue or Renaissance fair that you may have gotten. You will go to the website, go to the tasteofthetown.org, log on to the eTickets website, purchase your tickets there. If you're buying electronically, you can print right there. If you'd like to buy in bulk, they do have a best of option, which would be a mail to directly. How many times can your tickets be used? You will purchase one $25 ticket, and that ticket is good at all of the participating restaurants. So you will have one ticket, and each ticket only gets one scan per restaurant, but you keep that ticket on you for the entire month. So what the restaurants will expect to receive from this event is we're essentially turning this event inside out from previous years. So we are actually bringing the guest to the doors of the restaurant during a year where that industry has been particularly hit hard by this pandemic. We are hoping to have upwards of 30 or 40 restaurants involved this year, and as Nicole said, we welcome you all to participate. Tomorrow, December 4th, is the deadline to get on all of our printed advertisement. The restaurants will handle your tickets this year. You will walk into the restaurant. Reservations highly recommended, and that's something that you can mention when you are making that reservation, that you will go ahead and let them know that you have a Taste of the Town ticket. The restaurant hostess or whatever device that they have up front, they will scan your ticket like any other venue. Green screen means you're good to go and you get to enjoy your taste. Red means you've already used it and we welcome you to purchase another one. That will also be readily available in each of the participating restaurants. You will have the advertisement with the QR code that will take you directly to the website, which then takes you directly to the tickets link. Attendees can expect to get the same great samples that they've gotten in years before, only this time you will get to experience it in the environment of each particular restaurant, in which that ambiance is extremely important, and I think going to help greatly impact this format that we're having this year. Each restaurant is doing their appetizers a little bit differently. Some are offering duos and trios. Some are offering a cocktail and dessert. Each restaurant, it's up to their discretion, and we are going to be having the best of awards at the end of it, as in previous years. So the more aggressive the restaurants are with their presentation, the better the guests will like it, social media, hashtag it, and the better you will do. The hashtags that are encouraged for anybody to use when you're visiting one of our participating restaurants is hashtag TasteOfTheTown2021. So the COVID protocols, I'd like to go over those as well from a restaurant standpoint. Every single one of the participating restaurants that we have spoken to is adhering to all of the strict CDC guidelines and the Texas restaurant promise that they have all signed, and continue to monitor the health and temperatures of all of their staff. Reservation protocols when coming to Taste of the Town. Reservations are highly encouraged when you mention your Taste of the Town ticket. Each restaurant is handling the reservations at their own discretion with social distancing. So call participating restaurants and see if that is something that they are doing. Businesses, if you would like to buy in bulk, or anybody for that matter, Christmas is coming up and it would make a fantastic stocking stuffer. So we have tickets are $25 a piece if you're buying anything less than $25. If you're buying between 26 and 49 tickets, it will be $20 a piece. And if you're buying upwards of 50 tickets, they're only $15 a piece. And then again, when you're on that eTix website, it will give you the option to have mailed to you, which is the best probably format for that, or you're more than welcome to reach out to me and I can get you some printed as well. With that, I'm going to go ahead and pass it off to our team lead, Margie Taylor with Taylorized PR.
Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how we're doing the judging. In the past couple of years, we have had foodie bloggers. We've had 5 different judges, and it takes a period of time to judge the appetizers, the entrees, and the desserts. Well, because we're not going to all be in one place at one time to do that, and it would be very difficult to have the restaurants all bring their dishes to be selected, we are asking all of you consumers, foodie experts, of course, to think about each place that you go to and judge it on your own. All of the attendees will get an email through MailChimp that is given to you by the Woodlands Chamber about the 3rd week that this goes on, about the 3rd week in January or so, before it ends, asking you to decide on your own who has the best appetizer, who has the best entree, who has the best dessert, on top of who has the best guest services, who gives you the best customer service, because now you're going into their home, so to speak, their environment, and it's all about the experience. So judge that as well. Oh, and not to forget the best cocktail. So you can judge all of those things and decide on your own. Now, the foodies will have their own contest, and I know we will mention the foodies because they are all sponsors as well. Yep. And I think Jen might mention a couple of them.
Yeah, absolutely. All of you all know and love them very well. So we've got Carrie Stessel with the Woodlands Spring Area Foodie Club. We've got Nick Rama with Nick's Local Eats, and Meta Marie Archia with Meta's Local Eats. So very exciting that they're joining us again this year.
So they will have their own team competition that they will try to encourage people to buy tickets through them, and then they will do their own judging collaboratively and who are their best. So afterwards, the best of the restaurants will be invited to come back for a VIP reception after this is all over on February 2nd. And we will be having a few other contests as well, including the attendee who goes to the most restaurants. There's going to be special prizes to be named of some of those. So keep that in mind. So another thing that I also wanted to mention is the fact that when you buy your tickets, you have the opportunity to make a donation in whatever select amount you want to the Texas Restaurant Association, which goes back to the Montgomery County Restaurant Association to help students learning about culinary arts. It helps pay for extra programs, extra equipment, or whatever supplies they need to help them on that path to being a culinary expert and maybe having their own restaurant. So keep that in mind as well, and that opportunity will be on your eTix.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, these are our future chefs. Let's give them a good running start.
Yes. And should you have any other further questions, Jennifer Moore over here she is our event manager, and you can reach her at 281-736-4057 or jennifer.moore@woodlandschamber.org, or just contact the chamber and tell them you need to talk to Jen. So with that, I also want to mention that a couple of other sponsors we have are the Woodlands Christian Academy and the Woodlands Young Learners, and more to come. If you are interested in a sponsorship, please let one of us know as soon as you can, so you can be listed in the January business today with the Woodlands Chamber.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Thank you, Margie. Now I would like to introduce some of the restaurants that are with us today and participating. We have Jim Howlers, managing partner with Citizens Grill and Tailgaters. We have Lana O'Neill with Good Company, the sales director. Also, Tom Faust, VP of Sales and Marketing for Landshark Bar and Grill. Andrew Nieder, owner and operator for Tap Draft House. Mary Thorne, owner and operator for Thistle Draft Shop. We are very thankful. These are just a few of the restaurants that are participating, and they're here with us today, and we'd like to give them a moment to speak about what their Taste of the Town experience will be like for you. Jim?
Jim, would you like to start?
Of course he would. Come running up front.
Oh, no, I can go last. It's okay. So,
You get to open us up.
we should have practiced first. Huh?
You don't need practice.
Anyway, thank you very much, y'all, for inviting us here today and to get a chance to talk about the Taste of the Town, especially the new evolution of Taste of the Town, where it's Taste Around Town, where you can actually go out and visit your favorite restaurant to get these tastes. You know, in the past years, tailgaters and Citizens Grill is new and didn't participate in the past, but tailgaters have participated in the Taste of the Town. And for restaurants, it was always a lot of work to actually get the temporary health permit, bring all the food up to the convention center, get everything set up. So we're very excited to be able to actually bring you better taste, more variety of choices by actually having it in the restaurant. And we look forward during the month of January to having everyone stop by Tailgaters Pub and Grill or Citizens Grill to get some absolutely amazing food. And look forward to it. The ticket for $25 should be a no-brainer for most people. You're going to get to go. They talk about 19 confirmed restaurants. I bet we have 40 restaurants participating by the time January 4th rolls around. So there will be more restaurants than there are days in the month for you to get to come and
Gonna
visit.
have to double it up.
So
Thank
that's
you,
it.
Jim.
Look for it. You're very welcome.
Thank you for participating.
Good company's not talking.
Mary, would you like to come up and speak? Yeah, say a little something for Mary Thorne, again, is the owner-operator with Thistle Draft Shop. Thank you for participating.
Sure, absolutely. You know, I can't echo enough what Jim said. I think he said it all for all of us. This is kind of an important event for us. We love having more people in our restaurant, be able to show off what it is that we do have. You give us a little more challenge with making sure that our customer service is on par, and that, it really gives us that addition to what we can do for the community. So we're looking forward to it. We've got some great ideas, and we'll just see what happens next. So thank you.
Thank you, Mary. We're so happy to have you participate. And then also, Andrew with Tap Draft House. I believe Andrew and Tapped was our
Very first
restaurant
restaurant.
to sign up
First
with
two
us.
restaurants, technically. Thank you.
Thistle
Two for
and
one.
Tapped
Two
were the
for
first
one,
two
yes.
to jump on board. They knew a good thing when they saw it.
Thanks, guys. How's it going? My name's Andrew. Thanks for notifying me for being the first to sign up.
Yeah.
We didn't even know. We just signed up and figured. I thought I was 50th in line. I had no clue. But main thing this year we were excited about is the fact that we get to invite everybody into our restaurants. Jim and Mary kind of already hit on it, but it was always a challenge to take your restaurant somewhere else. This year with everything going on, we're definitely really excited to invite everybody into our restaurants, see what we're all about. And I always felt that we could execute best inside our restaurant rather than inside of a convention center for sure. Other than that, my name's Andrew. We've got two locations, one down in Spring off like Kirkendall and 2920 area, another one off 1488, very close to Citizens. So we're excited to have everybody come out and check out our restaurants and
What are you
looking
serving?
forward to the event.
What's on your sample?
For sure, we're going to do our pulled pork fries.
So
which we have
good.
here today. Then we've got a few other tricks up our sleeve that I think we'll wait and bring out in January. Trying some new stuff, but pulled pork fries are very good. They're definitely our #1 selling appetizer, and so we'll have that as a feature for sure. Kind of a little sample, and then some other options to choose from too. So you just have to keep your eyes.
You're gonna
open
keep it
and buy a
secret.
ticket to come see it, man. I don't know.
Awesome.
You'll have to come up with a
Looking forward to it.
cocktail.
Yeah.
Yeah, we only have one restaurant so far that I'm aware of that's doing a cocktail. So
And thank you for that segue. I would like to bring up Tom Faust, VP of Sales and Marketing for Landshark Bar and Grill.
at
At our
Margaritaville.
newest destination location off of Lake Conroe, Margaritaville. If you haven't had a chance to get out there, it's beautiful. I encourage you to check it out. Thanks for being here, Tom.
Oh, you bet. Thanks for having us. We're delighted to be a part of Taste of the Town this year. Of course, it's our first year. Margaritaville Lake Resort opened on June 26th, so we weren't open last year. So we're excited to have Landshark in the Taste of the Town. We're going to offer our famous marinated in lime juice shrimp ceviche shooters and our luau burger sliders as our samples. So we're very excited about that. Landshark Bar and Grill is open for lunch and dinner 5 days a week, closed Mondays and Tuesdays, and we're going to back it up with another restaurant, Licensed to Chill. We'll be able to help us on those days when folks want to come up and won't be able to enjoy Landshark. So we're excited. It's a very interesting point I wanted to make is that at Margaritaville Lake Resort, 35 minutes north of the Woodlands, our #1 feeder zip code, and that's for the resort, hotel guests, as well as for our restaurants, is the Woodlands. More people from the Woodlands visit Margaritaville Lake Resort than any other area in the country. So we are your neighbor to the north, and we're delighted to have you with us.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Now, Tom, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Do people that take part in Taste of the Town and want to come out to Landshark, do they need to be a guest of the hotel?
No, Landshark and License to Chill and Joe Merchant's, 3 of our 6 restaurants are all open to the public.
Okay.
Every day. So we have at least 2 restaurants open every single day that's open to the public.
Excellent. Good to know.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much. We'd like to take this time to open it up if there's any questions from the audience, from restaurants here, from media that we can answer regarding Taste of the Town.
When did this plan first come about to have it be a month long?
It was definitely a several meeting of the minds to decide to do this. Obviously, as part of the board of the Woodlands Chamber of Commerce, we wanted to be very cognizant of what was happening in the environment and make sure that we could still hold a wonderful event to support our restaurants, as well as keep everybody safe and social distance with the pandemic. So we had a couple different options, and we thought what was the best way that we could support restaurants, still have an event where people can see each other and get out and dine out. And so after several meetings, it became very obvious that the best way to get our local restaurants engaged, our residents engaged, was to be able and support the community, was to be able to send patrons directly to their door without having them have to leave their establishment that I know they're putting so much work into right now.
We decided early on not to do it at the Marriott. That was not an option. So it just made sense to do it at the restaurants, although it took, like Nicole said, several meetings to figure out exactly how we were going to do that. And then we stretched it to a month long because it made sense. And we actually dropped the price from $35 to $25. So instead of paying $35 for your ticket for 4 hours, you're paying $25 for all month. So it's quite a deal, really.
Do you have a lot of the same restaurants participating? I mean, I know you have some new ones, but a lot of the same ones that have been participating over the years?
Thank you for that question. The question was, do we have a lot of the same restaurants participating this year as in years before? We do. We have several restaurants that have come back and that have wanted to participate again, that recognize the value and the exposure that the Chamber gives with the marketing materials. We've also had several new restaurants. I think having our Iron Chef, Howard Hughes, which obviously has several properties in the Woodlands with restaurants and establishments, and encouraging their restaurants to participate have been huge to get new restaurants in.
Mm-hmm. It's also a big plus because some of the newer restaurants have never participated because they couldn't afford it. Couldn't afford the labor, couldn't afford the time away from their own restaurant. So we are getting more because it's a better opportunity to possibly upsell, more probably actually than ever before, for them to have that experience and then order some other items off their menu.
It's $250 to participate for a restaurant, which is very reasonable for a month-long event, and the number of community members and people that are buying tickets, we know how successful that'll be.
Right, and it's the same as in years past as far as the restaurants goes, but it's a lot easier. To Andrew's point, as far as it's only going to cost the $250, which it has always costed that much, but this time they won't have to prepare the extra pieces and transport their restaurant to the Marriott. The Marriott's beautiful, but in order to bring your food there, bring your staff there, it's usually on a busier evening for the restaurant. So just from a restaurant perspective alone, we think everybody's really going to benefit from how this is set up. With Taste of the Town, it's gotten so busy in years past, which is fantastic news, but you end up kind of huddling and enjoying your taste from a ramekin in the corner, and now you'll really get to enjoy the experience of the ambiance of each restaurant.
Without a line.
Without a line. Yes, ma'am. Janet.
So are there certain hours, or they would go for breakfast or lunch?
So all participating restaurants will have their taste, whatever that may be, open during all open business hours. So the guests can walk in, and though not a requirement to have a reservation or dine in, it's definitely appreciated, but definitely not a requirement. And I will tell you, there are a couple of restaurants that are handling everything differently as far as where you'll go. Fogo de Chao, for instance, I know that once you let them know that you're a Taste of the Town guest, they have a specific area of their restaurant in the bar area, which is beautiful, by the way. It overlooks the water. They'll have you kind of go over there, and then you decide if you want to stay for a cocktail, stay for a dinner. So everybody's doing things a little bit differently.
And this also includes curbside.
It
Let me
does. Thank you
add
for
that.
touching on that.
So curbside, and I'm not sure about if anybody does delivery, but it's definitely curbside. So if you want to have your sample and you don't want to get out of your car, you can still get a ticket and have it brought to you.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
One more question. So especially during lunch, I know more and more restaurants in the Woodlands are allowing pets on the patio.
Mhm.
Should they just ask if their pets are allowed if they're coming to a patio restaurant?
Yeah, so that's a great question. She asked if the restaurants were pet friendly, if the guests should just call beforehand, and I would definitely recommend that. While we are seeing more and more that have gorgeous outdoor patios where they allow that, we certainly want to ask what their restrictions are on that.
Any other questions? All of this information can also be found at the Woodlands Chamber website as well. So feel free, if there's any additional questions, you can also see the restaurants that we have participating so far. So please take a look at the website. You can buy tickets. You can join as a sponsor. And again, we just want to thank all of our current sponsors. We want to thank our presenting sponsor, Howard Hughes. We're confident this is going to be the best taste around town that we've had thus far, and we are just thankful to live in such a wonderful community that supports the restaurants that are participating in this event and local establishments that we know have been affected so much by COVID.
Tasteofthetown.org. Easy.
Yes, and hashtag Taste of the Town 2021. Anytime you go visit, anytime you give them a shout out, anytime you take pictures of your dishes, please, please, please social media post to the Woodlands website, to the restaurant website, to that hashtag. And restaurants, that goes for y'all as well. Please, please use this as an opportunity to promote on your website, and so we can all tie in it together.
So if there's no further questions, on behalf of Jen Moore, Margie Taylor, and myself, we thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you at Taste of the Around Town.